What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series Knight of Ren. And so here we do have the Knight of Ren posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at his accessories. The Knight of Ren only comes with 2 weapons. He does come with a blaster, which does fit in his right hand, and he does have a trigger finger, and it also does store on his side holster. He also does come with his bladed weapon, which looks really nice, and I really am a fan of that bladed weapon. Other than that, the Knight of Ren doesn't come with anything else, unfortunately. So with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at the Knight of Ren. So here we have a closer look at the Knight of Ren, and I think Hasbro has done an amazing job with this figure, with the paint being the only issue I have with it. But let's actually talk about the positives before we talk about the negatives. Really loving this helmet. I really love the design of all of the Knights of Ren. You can see his helmet kind of does resemble Kylo Ren's helmet, so I do like that. It has that little flare coming out, and it has that little visor right here that is reminiscent of Kylo Ren's helmet. So I do like that there are similarities between the two characters. Really loving how his helmet here is designed. Just seeing those line works that go from the top of the helmet go all the way around to the brim right here. That looks really cool. So just an overall really nice design for the Knight of Ren's helmet. That's a really nice silver that they use. It does shine really nicely in the light. Having a look at his gear though, I think Hasbro kind of dropped the ball with the paint. Why does he have brown on his torso? I mean, I get that it's supposed to be dirt, but it's just randomly thrown on random spots. It's like they just decide to Rorschach the dirt on his costume. If it was a wash rather than just splotches, I think it would look much better, because as splotches it's just there. It just looks like he was playing in the sand and not all the sand came off of his costume. And it looks odd because there's no uniformity to it. There's no dirt here. It's up here on his shoulder. It's back here. We have none here. Some of it came onto this. Some of it is here. There's none on his arm, so I don't know why Hasbro did that. It's just useless in my opinion. But I still like the sculpt work on it, and in a way this sand does bring out some detail work in it. Something I do like is that this is a rubber overlay. It's not sculpted. It's not, well, it is sculpted, but it's not a sculpted torso. This is actually a rubber overlay that's over his torso. So there is a torso underneath this, and I would be curious as to know what that looks like, but I'm not going to take the figure apart just to see that. So really nice that they did have a rubber overlay, so that makes me hope that we get more Knights of Ren down the line, fingers crossed. Because having one, I kind of want all 5 of them, honestly. Or all 6 of them. Having a look at his arms do continue the same pattern that is on his tunic right here. So the uniformity is there in the design. We go on to his gauntlets, and you can see they are a more glossy black. So I do like that there is some texture on his gauntlets. Almost like they've been worn for a while. You can see the sheen difference in the bands and the fabric, so that's really nice. Really like the detail in his gloves. You can see some line work in there. And of course we do have a trigger finger on this hand, which does look good. Loving that belt, and just overall love the design, and he does have his blaster holstered right here. Looking at his pants, it's a really interesting design for his pants. They kind of come down. They have a fold, come down, have another flap, come down, and then it's his boot. His boots are actually knee-high, and again we do get that sandy design. Don't know why. I would have preferred a clean Knight of Ren where this was all black, but it's there, and I might go back and repaint this at some point in the life of this figure. But you can see there's some sand on the inside of his coat or tunic, on the outside, but it's so random. I don't like it, honestly. So overall, he's a really nice figure. Just the paint apps make it a little hard to really enjoy this figure to the maximum, because the sand, though the intentions are there, it doesn't do anything for the figure. I'm so sorry to say that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare him to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Knight of Ren posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Knight of Ren posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And so here we have the Knight of Ren posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have the Knight of Ren posed next to a Black Series Rey and a Black Series Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at the Knight of Ren's articulation, which they did some different things with the Knight of Ren. I kind of wish they didn't go this route, but that seems to be the norm for Black Series, at least for this particular figure and Count Dooku. We do have a double ball joint in the head, so he can look up and down really well. Do like that. We have some nice head pivot, some left and right rotation, so that works pretty good. We also do have a ball joint from the neck going into the torso, so we can improve his range going up. We can improve his range going down. We get really nice head tilt when we incorporate both joints together, so I do like that. We do have a butterfly joint for the Knight of Ren, so his arms can move in and out, so I do like that. Go out to about that far. Do a full 360, not at all hindered by his overlaid tunic, so I do appreciate that. No bicep swivel, but we do get an elbow joint, which it's kind of ugly. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, the intention is there, but it looks ugly in all honesty. So we do get an elbow joint that does go past 90, but the way they sculpted it, I don't like the fact that it has a sharp point end. Because it's angled, when you rotate the bicep or his elbow, it really looks weird. They should have just kept it one piece that this sharp point isn't there and had that on the lower forearm, so I don't understand why they went that route, but they did. He does have an up and down hinge for his right hand, an in and out for his left hand, and of course we do have rotation. He does swivel at the waist, and it's a single ball joint. We do get some forward movement for the Knight of Ren. We do get some back. We get some side to side tilt, so we do get some pretty decent motion with that. Legs do kick forward to about there. Don't really kick back, and that's because of the sculpt and the tunic all in one. Legs go out only to about there, hindered by the tunic. I think they would go further without the tunic on. We do have rotation up high in the thigh. We only have a single bend in the knee, which is a little unfortunate. And then add to it, we do have rotation at the knee. I don't know why we have thigh swivel and knee rotation. That doesn't make sense. And then he does have a hinge in the ankle, which goes back and forward. And then, of course, forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really do like the Knight of Ren, although there's some questionable pieces of articulation for him. I still like the way he came out. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we do have the Knight of Ren posed for my final thoughts, and overall really appreciate the fact that we did get a Knight of Ren in the Black Series. The only problem is I want more. I really want to see the other 5 members of the Knights of Ren. Even though their characters did absolutely nothing in the movie, I still think they're a nice looking set, and it would be really cool to have all 6 members of the Knights of Ren pose with my First Order / Sith Eternal display. I really wanted to see Hasbro make the other 5 Knights of Ren so that we can have Kylo Ren and all his knights grouped together. I think that would be a perfect display for the First Order. But overall, I'm still really happy with the way this particular Knight of Ren came out. I believe the 3 3/4 series labels him the Knight of Ren Bladed Knight. I don't know if that's really a blade, but that's what the 3 3/4 inch series calls him. I know there is a Knight of Ren with a giant butcher knife, and I really want to see him in the line at some point. But I'm still happy with this particular Knight of Ren. If you are looking for the Knight of Ren, he is available on Amazon right now. Although I think they did sell out, you might have to buy him secondhand. If you do wait, you might be able to get him for $20, which is what I paid for my Knight of Ren. If you are looking for this figure out in the wild, I do imagine he's going to be a little hard to come by, especially because he's a popular design. He looks cool, and everybody likes the Knights of Ren because they're really neat designs. I can't lie about that. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Star Wars Black Series videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, don't forget to check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.